What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We got two new Hall of Famers, and I'm really happy about it. One of them was on my top 10 snubs of all time. This video came out a few years back, and thankfully, a lot of the players that I mentioned on my top 10 are slowly getting in. And Dick Allen was number 10 on my list of top 10 snubs of all time. Rookie of the Year winner in '64. Absolute offensive domination, MVP in 1972, and just had an absolutely incredible career. And as I write here, from 1964 to 1974, he had the best OPS in baseball. That's a 10-year period. I mean, that's unbelievable. Better than Hank Aaron, better than Willie Mays during that 10-year stretch. And Dick Allen could not get in his lifetime. And it's not like he died super young. Dick Allen passed away in 2020 at the age of 78. He should have got in the Hall of Fame before 78 years of age, so it's a shame that he's not around to understand that he's a Hall of Famer, to be there at the ceremony. But nevertheless, the committee did the right thing, and they did elect Dick Allen to the Hall of Fame. And just to note, a lot of these guys were still waiting on. Billy Wagner hasn't got in. Whitaker hasn't gotten in. Sherry McGee hasn't gotten in. Scott Rowland has. He was my number 6. Todd Helton has. He was my number 5. Keith Hernandez, no. Andrew Jones, inexplicably no. And you have Curt Schilling, obviously not. And then my number 1 at that time was Fred McGriff. He is now in the Hall of Fame, finally. So finally, some of these guys are getting in. I'm really happy about it. Dick Allen is one of them. The other guy that got in, Dave Parker, who was number 14 on my snubs list. So he didn't make the top 10, but I did talk about him in this video right here that's on the screen. 10 more MLB Hall of Fame snubs, my number 11 through number 20. Dave Parker, let's let the highlights play here while we talk about the great Dave Parker, who was another phenomenal player. Obviously, he needed to get in, and 290 career batting average for Dave Parker in over 9,300 at-bats, 339 home runs, a WAR of over 40 in his career. He is an MVP winner. He is a 7-time All-Star. He even won a home run derby, 2 World Series. He was a 3-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time Silver Slugger, and even won an All-Star MVP, a couple of batting titles. It's actually crazy that Dave Parker did not get in until now, but that's the situation. The good news, Dave Parker is still alive, and I'm really happy about that, because there were some other names that were on the ballot for the Veterans Committee, or whatever they're calling it nowadays. I don't think it's called the Veterans Committee anymore, but the Classic Era Committee. The Classic Era Committee had Ken Boyer, John Donaldson, Steve Garvey, who I think should be in, Vic Harris, and Louis Tiant, and they all got less than 5 votes. And I know Steve Garvey is on my top 20 or top 30 snubs of all time, and so is Louis Tiant.
Oh, I forgot. It was flipped. Louis Taint. Actually, we've seen Louis Taint already.
I'm pretty sure one of my videos, I don't remember where and when, but I know I've mentioned Ken Boyer as well as a huge snub. This is a former MVP. This is a guy who's got just like 11 All-Star appearances, over 2,000 hits, and I think Ken Boyer should be in as well. There was an outfielder named Vic Harris who played in the 70s and maybe the 80s, not even close to a Hall of Famer, so kind of threw me off. They're actually talking about Vic Harris, the Negro League player. And both he and John Donaldson played in the Negro Leagues, and I'm sure they were amazing players. Need to do a little more research on both of them to decide if I think they should be in the Hall of Fame, although let's be honest, if they were in Major League Baseball and they were allowed to play, they'd probably both be Hall of Famers. So there's that. But, you know, maybe I'm more of a generous voter, because I feel like most of these guys should be in. And Steve Garvey's like a no-brainer. I don't know what's the holdup on Steve Garvey, but you know what? We got to celebrate where we can. Dave Parker and Dick Allen both have been elected to the Hall of Fame, and it's about damn time. And I'm so glad Dave Parker. I'm actually a little surprised. I thought Louis Tiant and Dick Allen would get in, seeing as they both passed away recently. That would make the most sense, right? But thankfully, you know, now that Louis Tiant's passed away, I mean, I still think he should get in, but I'd rather have Dave Parker get in, because at least he's alive to enjoy it. So Dave Parker, congratulations. I always remember Dave Parker, that where I first heard of Dave Parker, I didn't realize how great he was in 1989 when the Giants and A's were at it. So I learned who Dave Parker was watching A's games, and especially during the World Series back in '89. And I knew he was a powerful hitter and everything, but I had no idea just how legendary he was until I got some more baseball knowledge along the way and came to realize that Dave Parker was just an absolute machine and absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. So that's my opinion, but let me know your guys' thoughts down below. I don't think there's going to be too much controversy over these two guys getting in. If any controversy, maybe it'll be about the ones who didn't get in. What is going on? Let's get these guys in the Hall of Fame where they belong. Congratulations, Dave Parker and Dick Allen and the family of Dick Allen, since they're the ones that are going to have to accept the award and accept the plaque at the ceremony, but it is what it is. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.